with SPU head volleyball coach Chris Johnson, coaching the Falcons, getting ready for the start of the season next week. 2 preseason tournaments in California. Coach, so far you've had about 2 weeks of practice. You even got a scrimmage in there. What have you seen so far in terms of talent and cohesion and effort out on the court?
We like all of it. We're feeling like the talent is good. I feel we've got our deepest team in the last few years, or as deep a team, or maybe deeper than we've had in the last few years. And the cohesion's been just fantastic, which was kind of a big, not a question mark or concern, but just wondering how it would go, I guess, and seeing how it'll be with, a roster of 15 and 6 of those are freshmen. So having them come in and fit in well is just something that we wanted to make sure was happening, and so far it's going really well, and they're getting along great with their new teammates, and new teammates are liking them. So we've heard good things about them from some of our veterans already, and just really like where everything is right now.
Good. What sorts of things are you and your assistants emphasizing out there on the court, and how are the girls responding to that so far?
Yeah, our biggest emphasis has been getting up to speed and going, kind of game speed and full on, full out, playing as much 6-on-6 volleyball as we can. And so that was something that we talked to them about before our first practice, and rather than spending a lot of time drilling stuff, we decided to get playing 6-on-6 as fast as possible. So we were doing that from day one, and we've played a lot of 6-on-6 volleyball every single day, and they're liking that. And then we're still able to kind of correct things and teach things as they come up in those situations. But and we're taking some time to teach specific things as well outside of the 6-on-6 play. But we just feel like to get better at volleyball, you want to play volleyball, and we're doing that a lot, and it's been a lot of fun.
9 veterans, 4 starters, 5 other veterans back this year. Most of them got a lot of playing time last year. Talk about some of them, and what are you looking for from them this year?
Yeah, I think our veterans are doing a great job, and we have a lot of skill there and a lot of leadership there, and that's something we obviously want out of that group. Those 4 starters back, Simone, Lexi, Sean, and Hannah, are doing a good job and getting better every day, so that's great to see. I think it'll be nice to have Hannah back on the right. I think she's a little bit more comfortable there, and that's really where we want her at this point. And Sean's playing great in the middle, and we've got good competition and good depth in the middle, so it's going to allow us to leave Hannah on the right. And I think that'll make us better and allow Hannah to play all the way around, so that's a good thing. Lexi and Simone are working hard every day, getting smarter, getting better. So those 4 returning starters, along with our 2 returning liberos, Amanda and Sophie, are playing awesome. That's a great competition between those 2 right now. And the rest of the returners are working hard too, and pushing people, and just the entire team really at this point, from top to bottom, is just working hard to try to make each other better.
From the time you started bringing them aboard, you've really been excited about this group of freshmen you have this year. Talk about them a little bit and what we might expect from them.
Yeah, we had 2 individual meetings today with a couple of our returners, and they both said almost verbatim the same thing. The freshmen are 6 very individual personalities, but they're all meshing really well, and they just love them, and feeling like this is kind of our favorite team, or their favorite team, those 2 people that we talked to this morning. So that's always just great to hear, especially just 2 weeks into season, that the freshmen are meshing and fitting in so well, and they're playing great too. I think right now I'd say 3 of them are very much in the mix for starting playing time, and I think there are a couple others that are going to be there soon, or at least have the potential to be there at some point this season. So that's very exciting, and I think the future of that class is really bright, and we're really excited to have them here for the next 4 years, and there's a lot of talent there and a lot of potential there. So they're doing a great job, and we just love working with them every day.
You mentioned the libero position. Are there any other positions where you're just seeing really tough, tight competition, real battles day in and day out?
Yeah, it's really true of every position, quite honestly. We've got the setters coming in the mornings for 40 minutes themselves, and Molly's working hard and pushing Simone, and they are there are some things that Molly's better at, and there are some things that Simone's better at, and but they're just working their butts off. Middles, same story. We've got 4 good middles, and they all have different strengths and weaknesses, and we're trying to help them build up their weaknesses and make sure that they all have enough strengths to be impactful when they're on the court. Outside hitter position is a great group. We've got 6 at that position, including the opposites, and training everybody to play on the right and left. And I think, right now we've got Colleen Hannigan playing the best of all of them, playing the best of her career. She's been the best surprise so far in 2 weeks, and playing better than I've ever seen her play. So that's really exciting. And then for that second outside hitter spot, that's kind of open right now, and still very much a battle. But Colleen has started to kind of pull away as a starter at this point.
What do you see as one or two particular strong suits with this group this year, do you think?
I think that cohesion we talked about earlier is going to be a strength. The way they talk to each other on the court, the way they're communicating, the way they're talking to each other off the court, and just making sure that everything's good and our goals and priorities are aligned. I think those things are going to help us get far. I think our mental game actually is getting stronger. We have something we've been talking about a lot and working on daily in practice, so I'm hoping that will be a strength of ours this year, or at least something that is getting stronger throughout the season. And then I think, hopefully our offense, which has been, in the last couple of years has not been a strength. And I think we're going to get to the point where that is a strength, and we just have hitters making smarter decisions and better choices when they attack the ball, especially when they've got a set that's not great. And I think our defense is going to be pretty stout too, and that's kind of been, I think, the pride of our program for a few years. And I think, I'm hoping that'll get even better this year. We're digging a lot of great balls in practice and making a lot of good plays on defense that people are taking rips at it and it's not hitting the floor, and can be frustrating for the hitters. And you kind of are like, wait, we want that kill, but it's tough to get upset when people are making such great plays on defense. So liking all of those things. As far as weaknesses go, I mean, you always want to get better at everything. You want to get better blocking, you want to get better at passing, you want to get better at serving. So I don't know if I'd describe any of those things as a weakness, but we're always working on those things. So we'd like to see those improve completely.
How about the GNAC? Western Washington's a unanimous #1 this year. Anchorage and NNU are up there. How do you see that, and how do you see SPU stacking up in there at some point?
Yeah, it's hard to argue with the top choice being Western when they were in the Final Four last year and didn't lose a ton of people. I think it's going to be a battle. You got some significant losses on all those teams. Even though Western didn't lose much, they lost their opposite and their outside. You got the same deal at Anchorage. They've got a fantastic setter returning, but lost their two biggest offensive weapons, and I think a middle as well. Central lost a setter, two outside hitters, and a middle, and then you lost some significant people. So it's just always interesting, and it's hard to predict. And I think we may surprise some people. I certainly hope so, and I expect that because we're just playing better than we were last year and healthy so far, which was a big issue last year. So if we can keep this going and keep improving every day, I think we're going to be right in the mix.
10 straight road matches to start the season. We've done that before. What are you looking for competition with those tournaments in California coming up?
I think it's going to be good competition. It's going to be a great test for us. You mentioned we were able to scrimmage once last week, and we scrimmaged ourselves this week. But those will be different and bigger tests in California against D2 schools and matches that count. And we'll learn a lot there. I think it's going to be good competition. Most of the schools we're playing are definitely in the second weekend in the West Region showcase. We're playing schools that finished similarly to us in their conferences last year, so that should be pretty even competition there. That first weekend we've got some big name schools that especially in UCSD that are traditionally really strong every year, and so that's a match that I kind of, whenever we play UCSD, I just always look forward to that one because it's a good matchup, and they've had our number for the most part over the years, and that's one that we'll kind of really see, like, all right, I think that's the only playoff team from last year. Did they make the playoffs last year? I thought so, yeah. So I think that's the only one that we'll be seeing in those first 2 weeks, and so that match more than any others, I think, will give us a sense of where we stack up at that level, and then we get to come home and go straight to Alaska and play Anchorage. So we'll have a pretty good sense of where we stand after those first 10 matches.
What is your coach's gut instinct telling you about this team, Chris? What's achievable? What are some realistic goals for this group?
I think our goal, I mean, the players talked about it last week and at our team retreat, and it's to make the NCAA tournament. And I think that's a very realistic goal. I think this team's pretty fifing. We've got a lot of just great camaraderie and energy in the gym, and there's a lot of stuff that we're liking. So the gut instinct is, if we can stay healthy, we're going to be good. We're making good choices, we're making good plays, and we're making good digs. So I think it's going to be difficult to earn points against us, and I think we've got an outside hitter core, a middle blocker core that are going to be able to earn points and get kills. So that's exciting.
All right, Coach. Good luck. Thank you so much.
Thanks.